Did you hear about this? The United Kingdom's biggest airport is in the throes of drama at this hour. Look at this video. Some passengers are calling it a, quote, disgraceful chaos. In a rare move last night, here's what happened. London's Heathrow airport officials ordered multiple airlines to cut their flight numbers for this morning due to crippling worker shortages. 30 flights were canceled, which left some 5,000 flyers stranded in lines that were hundreds of people long. Now, here at home, we are just one day away from July 4th weekend, and AAA is forecasting it to be the second busiest travel weekend since the year 2000. Nearly 48 million Americans will be taking trips 50 miles or more away from home, and that could lead to yet more chaos at U.S. airports. Considering 5,000 flights were canceled Father's Day and Juneteenth weekend here in the U.S. due to shortages of airline employees and air traffic controllers, we have this new development. Delta Airlines pilots out protesting today. They are furious about working conditions and are demanding schedule changes and pay increases. So the drama in commercial aviation has presented private aviation with glittering opportunity. Demand for private jet rental is skyrocketing to multi-year highs. With more than 1,500 jets in his fast-growing fleet, Wheels Up Chairman and CEO Kenny Dichter is one happy guy. Kenny, I mean, the news flow is unbelievable here of what's happening in the United Kingdom. You guys just closed officially the acquisition of UK-based Air Partner, and they're on 4 continents. What do you make of what happened this morning in Heathrow?
Well, I would say, first off, anybody over at Heathrow, you can call Air Partner. What a great firm. They really completed our global footprint for what Wheels Up is endeavoring to be. And again, I believe that the issues that commercial travel are having are temporary. I could report in, Delta's our partner, that nobody cares more about the customers and the pilots than Ed Bastian and the team at Delta. And I know that with the speed and the ferociousness that demand came back in for travel, which again, for the long term, is really unbelievable news for the industry. I would say the short-term pain that we're feeling is just the infrastructure that's out there. Listen, we need a big upgrade in technology on the infrastructure side here in the airplane business around the world. But like I said, I think there's no better indicator for where this industry is going. It's going up, and I would say that's commercial and private. As it relates to Wheels Up, our demand is really at unprecedented levels, even as we see, some of the indices, the Dow and every indice out there coming in a little bit here. I think people are just valuing their time and the experience economy that we live in here, what you do versus what you have. An economy of experience and getting together with people and memories is stronger than the next pair of shoes and bag that may have been a generation earlier.
But Kenny, staying within the prism of what's going on in U.S. and global airports, obviously with the situation at Heathrow, where in some cases people were notified less than 2 hours before their flight that it was canceled. They were already en route to the airport or at the airport. You're looking at some real numbers for private aviation. It's like a sonic boom, right? WingX cobbled together some of its numbers. Flights for June, as we understand it, are already eclipsing the same month before the pandemic. They're up about 12%, not to mention that they're up something like 70% over 2020, 25% over 2021. And most of these people apparently are first-time private jet flyers. What are you seeing since, I want to say, Father's Day weekend, when people's lives were really upended and they couldn't get to where they really needed to go?
Wheels Up is well positioned, Liz, for what's happening in the world today, because our model, the membership model, is about accessibility. We're making private aviation more accessible. And I think if you look at just the desire that people have to be together, to make memories, I think the pandemic fueled this, boomerang, if you will, on people feeling how important or reprioritizing how important travel is in their lives. And again, we're well positioned here, picking up Air Partner, partnering with Ed Bastian and Delta Airlines. I think we're in a position here where when I think out 10, 15, or 20 years, and I think about what was, a ride-hailing business that was a 10 or 12 billion dollar market with Uber and Lyft in there, and now it's hundreds of billions. I just think we have a great opportunity leveraging technology and leveraging the power of experience to take us to the next level. And again, I think today it's challenging for everybody because, again, with supply chain still gummed up a little bit, with air traffic control, as you mentioned before, challenged with the number of flights, with labor, everybody's getting their arms around making sure that the labor is in good spirits. Mm-hmm. I just have such a great feeling about travel and our category deep into the future.
Yeah, in your category. That's the important parenthetical there. Kenny, great to see you. Thank you so much. Have a good 4th of July holiday weekend.
And Liz, I'm going to keep following you on TikTok. Keep that up.
Yeah, at Red Fox Liz. I love it. Thank you so much. Kenny Dichter.